where you look, the work of this subcommittee is just pure good, and it's one that is a real privilege for me to chair. It's the one committee I truly wanted to chair when I came on appropriations, and I thank you for the trust you've invested in me, Chairman Rogers. It's a real privilege, and we're delighted to start with you today, Madam Secretary. It's to have a chance for you to talk to us about the President's 2017 Department of Commerce budget request. And as we all know, the Department of Commerce has a number of important functions, including the administration of America's patent and trademark laws, preparing for and conducting the decennial census, enforcing our trade laws, forecasting the weather, managing our fisheries, and protecting and exploring our oceans, and mapping and cataloging the immense mineral wealth that lies beneath the ocean under America's exclusive economic zone, which in fact encompasses about, if you look at the entire EEZ, it's about 50% of America lies under the nation's oceans, and there's vast mineral wealth out there, and that's a key part of your responsibility, Madam Secretary. Now, we on the committee, I know many of the members here share my concern that the budget request you have submitted to us includes nearly $500 million in discretionary spending increases and more than $2 billion in new mandatory spending. Frankly, they're just gimmicks, including such things as a $10 barrel tax on oil, which is not likely to happen. So it's important that we focus on the realities that we will actually be able to handle this year in our tight budget environment, and recognize that we are simply not going to be raising taxes on the American people. And so to that extent, the President's budget request is not realistic and also makes our job on this committee more difficult. But we do appreciate the work that you do, Madam Secretary. We have a duty to our constituents to ensure that their hard-earned tax dollars are spent wisely, and we'll make certain that those tax dollars are spent to enforce the law as written by Congress. We will also be focusing in particular in our hearing today with the, I want to talk to you about making sure that we're protecting the internet from foreign governments, ensuring that the 2020 census is going to cost less than the census that was conducted in 2010. We want to make certain, Madam Secretary, that the Weather Satellite Program meets their cost and schedule timelines. And something in particular interest to me and to my predecessor, Frank Wolf, we want to make sure that we're strengthening cyber and information technology security at the Department of Commerce. But before we